Wray and Mary, a name born during one of the strangest moments in modern history. The world stood still. People were locked indoors, disconnected from nature, from community, and in many ways, from themselves. And during that silence, something began. Not inside a corporation, not inside a laboratory, but inside the mind of a herbalist with over 10 years of experience studying plants, natural remedies, and the forgotten relationship between human beings and the earth. What started as a simple experiment soon became something much deeper. Wray and nephew rum infused with cannabis oil, a homemade creation during lockdown, rooted in curiosity, rooted in culture, rooted in the belief that plants still carried wisdom modern society had overlooked. And honestly, that was only the beginning. Soon came the gummies, the syrups, the cannabis edibles, a growing collection of creations designed not simply for consumption, but for experience, for slowing down, for reflection, for relief. But over time, something changed. Because the deeper the journey went, the clearer something became. This was never only about cannabis, it was about plants, healing, creation, and reconnecting people with what God already placed here for humanity to use wisely. Modern society teaches people to look everywhere except creation itself. But for thousands of years, plants were medicine, plants were ritual, plants were healing. Before pharmaceutical industries, before synthetic lifestyles, before modern disconnection, human beings lived closer to the earth, closer to nature, closer to the Creator. And they understood something modern life often forgets. Creation already contains intelligence. The herbs, the roots, the fruits, the leaves, the oils, all carrying purpose within them, not by accident, but by design. And Wray and Mary slowly evolved into a reflection of that philosophy, a herbalism brand rooted not only in nature, but in remembrance. The remembrance that God gave mankind a living earth filled with provision. That healing can come from the ground beneath our feet. That creation itself still speaks, if people slow down enough to listen. And somewhere along the way, modern culture forgot how to listen. People became disconnected from rhythm, disconnected from stillness, disconnected from the natural world, and in many ways, disconnected from the Creator's design itself. Wray and Mary became more than products, more than edibles, more than cannabis. It became philosophy, atmosphere, a return to ritual, a return to roots, a return to the wisdom found in creation. Because modern life moves too fast, too much noise, too much stimulation, too much artificial living. People are exhausted mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and many don't even realize why. They've become separated from natural rhythm, separated from stillness, separated from the earth. And perhaps that's why people are searching for herbalism again. Not because it's trendy, but because something inside them remembers slower living, remembers grounding, remembers that healing isn't always synthetic. The Wray and Mary vision grew beyond edibles, beyond cannabis, beyond products themselves, into a wider exploration of herbs, adaptogens, roots, natural remedies, and ancient plant wisdom from around the world. Not to worship nature, but to respect creation, to recognize the intelligence within what God already made, to build something rooted in intention instead of consumption, something cinematic, something grounded, something sacred. The apothecary atmosphere, the candles, the herbs, the darkness, the stillness, none of it is accidental. It reflects sanctuary, a hidden place away from modern chaos, a place where creation is respected again, a place where people reconnect with slower rhythms, a place where healing becomes intentional. Because healing is more than the body. It's the nervous system, the environment, the mind, the spirit, the pace of life itself. And perhaps that's the deeper meaning behind Wray and Mary. Not rebellion against modern life, but remembrance. Remembrance of what humanity once understood naturally, that plants are more than products, nature is more than scenery, and creation itself carries purpose. Wray and Mary was born during lockdown, but in many ways, it was really born from something much older, the ancient relationship between humanity, the earth, and the Creator who made both. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Wray and Mary, and visit our website at rayandmary.co.uk.